Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick L. Young, back with Toby the Pug to discuss some more investment intricacies on another IPO video. Risk is a topic on everybody's lips. You hear lots about it in financial markets, and financial markets are risk. Every investment is risk. Actually, you know what? All life is risk. Ultimately, you think about it, you go, oh my goodness, it's so dangerous on the streets because I could be mugged or robbed or knifed or run over, or goodness knows what could happen to me that I'll decide to stay at home and lie on my bed. Good point, except for the fact that 60 to 80% of all accidents occur within the home. So whatever we do, ladies and gentlemen, every day involves a modicum of risk. Every investment involves a modicum of risk. We need to assess, first of all, what are the risks that actually work for us, and what are the risks we can live with, therefore. Now that depends to a great deal on your own investment personality. It also depends on how much money you've got. It depends also on, to a large extent, what age you are and what you're looking for your investments to do for you. So we could break all of those down, and we will endeavour to over the course of many months in the future. But for now, I want you to just think about a few key pitfalls of risks. Historically, there was a phrase that people used, which was, gentlemen prefer bonds. The idea being that the very wealthy, more established, upper crust kind of people, ladies and gentlemen together, would often look for very, very low risk environments because they didn't really need to make a lot of money. Interesting point, but actually in itself very dangerous. As we've seen over the course of the last 10, 20 years, this has been historically a very low interest rate environment. And if you're only getting a return of 1%, or maybe not even that, on the money you're leaving in the bank or the bonds that you're buying, you've got an incredible amount of risk. Thus, people ended up trying to get higher amounts of yield on their bonds, and look where that's going to end up, leaving them with an even bigger mess, because they start with the safest of safe, wise, reasonable governments who don't borrow much money. Then gradually, in order to manage to get a little bit more interest, they go towards slightly more dubiously managed, slightly more profligate economies where the government bonds give you a little bit more interest. Then they end up going down the curve, and they end up going to even companies that are lending money, perhaps small, perhaps medium-sized ones, and they of course pay a lot higher interest. But the truth is, the reason these people are paying higher levels of interest is all to do with risk. It's the perception of how likely they are to be able to repay the debt that they've taken. And that's why one of the biggest foibles of all investors are to say, I don't like risk, I don't take it, and therefore I only buy safe things. Try defining safe for me. It's incredibly difficult to manage, to be safe, to be sound, and to be able to sleep and snore like Toby the Plug in the middle of a video without really understanding the risks that you're taking. So you must beware, because often it can be a lot safer over the long term to buy yourself a bunch of shares and some bonds, some other assets, than it is to simply say, I'm going to be safe, and end up with a whole load of IOUs, debts, bonds, that other people may not repay at the point in time when the crisis strikes. That's just one element of risk thinking you need to appraise in your everyday existence. But for now, so that you too can sleep as soundly as Toby, I just wanted to bring your attention to the idea that what you think may be low risk may actually be remarkably dangerous if you're not careful. My name is Patrick L. Young. Thank you for watching another IPO video. We will be back with another video tomorrow.